Hi, I am Eurydice, and I am here to ask you some questions. Do you need funding for your nonprofit? Do you need money for your youth services, your family services, after school program, homework helpline, tutoring, mentoring program? Do you need money to build housing for low income? uh, Affordable housing? Do you need money? Period. Do you need funding? Period. Do you need money to start your business? Do you need money for operational costs? Do you need money for supplies, equipment, inventories? Do you need money for salaries? Well, I am Eurydice, Dr. Eurydice Moore, and the business is Eurydice, which is a MBE, WBE certified consulting firm located in Chicago, Illinois, but we are national and international. We have clients from all over the place, all through the state and all over the place. And we are here to service you. If so, I am going to go over some of the services, the main services. There are other related services that we do, but the ones that are in demand is like the 501c3 for nonprofit. We help nonprofit to get 501c3. Tell you a little bit about myself. I've been in business since December 4th, 2004. And that business was the 501c3 business. Uh, Long story short, uh, God just thrust me into the business. If you want to know more, you can watch this video called Leap of Faith that's in my YouTube studio. You can watch that video called Leap of Faith. It was just an interview with Shantae R. Roddy conducted with me from She Boss Talk. So you can watch that video, and that will explain my journey into business, where I end up providing services for nonprofits and for profits. So anyway, my journey into business, I am a native of East Garfield community of Chicago, Illinois, on the west side of Chicago. I grew up there. I went to Lucy Flower High School and then went on to go on to Central Y and oh, get an associate in that and went to Joliet and then move on and got masters and human services from Spurtis in the Loop downtown Chicago and Concordia University, and now I'm a recent graduate of the Bank of America Institute and Cornell University. And Cornell University is an Ivy League college. So, my journey started with me being so sick. My great grandmother raised me. Uh, she was a charitable person. She did charity work in the community. She fed people. She lodged people at no charge. She raised other people's children. So I got to see nonprofit in action. She did not have a brick and mortar. She did everything from her house. And then in the same hand, on the other hand, I saw her operate as an entrepreneur. You know, she did not have a retail shop, but out of her home, she had a home based business. She was an entrepreneur before the phrase was even coined. And she sold sweet potato pies, doilies. Doily is like she used to starch people doily. It's a I don't think they sell them anymore. It kind of like article that's knitted. and it is shaped, and you will sit on a lamp in it. It's a decorative item. She babysat. She sold Snowball. She was a landlord of a three-flat gray stone building on the west side of Chicago, 3165 West Monroe. Um, uh, and our family was the second black family to move in that neighborhood. And so she raised me, and I used to get sick all the time. Sick all the time, stayed out of school. This, and one day I prayed, and I told her, and she told me to go pray, ask God to help me. And then the rest is history. I already told you. With the help of the Lord, graduated 12th out of a class of 170. Those U's and F's that was on my report cards turned into E's and G's in elementary school. Then went on to high school, 12 out of a class of 170. And then I got those degrees that I mentioned. And I have 3 doctoral degrees, and they are in biblical studies, theology, and pastoral counseling. Then I told you I'm a recent graduate of Cornell University, which is the Ivy League. So much about credential. I know you want to know, what can you do for me? Okay, as I said, the first business was started in 2004, and it was to help non-for-profit to get incorporated, to get their bylaws. That's what I do. I do incorporation, I do bylaws. You might have a set of bylaws that need to be updated. Did you not know that in your bylaws, it has to state that you will not have anything to do with terrorists? But there's a specific language that you use in the bylaws. Did you know that? So anyway, I help people with bylaws and with the 501c3 document that you get from the Internal Revenue, so that when people give you donation, you can give them contribution letters that they can take to the tax professional, so that they could get a write-off for giving a donation. If you do not have that 501c3, then you cannot give anybody a contribution letter, and they cannot give you a write off. And guess what? Donors are looking for someone that they can get a contribution letter, so they can get that write off. Less taxes for them. So it is not mandatory for you to have the 501c3, but I will tell you, it is beneficial that the nonprofit has the 501c3. Now, on this tube, I got in the studio, I have, the 11 different ways that you can use the 501c3. See, the 501c3 give nonprofits certain tax exemption. Uh, you don't the income that come into the nonprofit, you don't have to pay federal or state taxes. It's so I have discovered through the years 11. But guess what? A couple of days ago, I found 4 more benefits. So now I got to change it. The 15 different ways you could use your 501c3. You use the 501c3 to get free property if you're a nonprofit. Free, 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 free property if you are a nonprofit. And I have a video that kind of touch on that. But right now I'm working on an ebook, uh, and I have a pay hip store that you can go and see different items. I'm working on an ebook that describe in detail how you can use the 501c3 to get free property, how you can use the 501c3 15 different ways in tax exemption. So, and it's legal and it's bona fide, and it will be beneficial to you. So I plan on offering classes in that to teach you and to show you how. So, uh, so that's one service, the 501c3. Now I also help people. I work with nonprofit and for-profit. So the 501c3, you got to be a nonprofit. Now, for what I'm about to say is for both nonprofit and for-profit. If you are a nonprofit or you are for-profit, you are an incorporation. You are S corp, C corp, LLC. You're a general partnership. You're a sole proprietor, a DBA, whatever you are. I do grant research. What is grant research? You hire me to find at least 5 grants for you for a nominal fee. I look for 5 grants for you for a nominal fee. For more information, you can book an appointment. You can book an appointment. You could call me. Okay. So what I want to say, if you like this video, like it, subscribe, hit that notification bell, subscribe, keep us alive so that we can thrive, so we can provide for you, so that we can help you. Now, back to the grant research. Yes. So I help 2 sets of people when it comes to the grant research, non for profit and for profit. And I help those that they already know how to write grants, but they don't have time to be searching and lurking and looking because it involves a lot of reading. So I have had people that just wanted me to look up grants and they go and write them themselves. Then I have had people, well, I want you to look up grants and then I want you to write the grant. The third type of service is the grant writing. But right now we're talking about grant research. Now, in the grant research, now before you can even think about a grant, you have to have some places in place. I help nonprofits and for profit to be eligible. You got to be eligible. You got to meet the criteria in order to apply for grants. Like you got to have a bank account. Okay. Unfortunately, I have had to turn people away from doing a grant research because what's the point of finding a grant and then I write the grant and you don't have no bank account. Funders send money, they wire money to the bank when you get an award. Okay. Just like I receive an award and they wire money to me. Okay, Eurydice have received several grants. We have gotten grants from the SBA. We have got grants from foundations and corporations, and we have gotten grant. Oh my goodness, from the city of Chicago. You know, so the business have always gotten grants. So grant research, you have to look this stuff up. So after I find you the 5 grants, then you let me know. I share with you the name of the grant, when's the deadline, what the grant could be used for, and then the amount of the award. You know, my specialty is the micro grant, the small grants. That's my specialty. So, I'm here for you. And then once you make a selection, you might say, Dr. Moore, I want you to just do 1 grant. I want you to do 2. I want you to do 4. Or I want you to work on all 5. I'm here. Then I will give you the fee for each one. You know, there's a fee, a nominal fee for me to take care of the grant, each one. So now let's talk about grant writing. Okay, that's another service that is provided by Eurydice. Grant writers are in demand. There's a shortage of grant writers, and plus the field has evolved. And a lot of grant writers aren't writing grants because they feel like they're not going to make money. Because gone was the day. There was time that grant writers could charge you $7,000, $3,000 to work on a grant. But because grants have now been streamlined and pretty much put into an application format, and it's not lengthy, and you could do the grant 15 to 30 minutes maximum. If you got all your document and you open up your account, you got everything set up to actually work on a grant, could take anywhere from 15 to 30 minutes. So how can you charge somebody $7,000 for 15 to 30 minutes worth of work? So uh, this is, it's one of those half glass, the glass thing, we all heard it, the glass half full. Okay. Uh, you could look at it and say it's full, it's half full, or it's half empty. So it is, when it comes to a grant writer, it depends on the side of the corner. Some grant writers feel like they're not making no money. They feel the rug have been pulled from up under them, where they would charge thousands of dollars to write grants now. So now it's down to a few hundreds. And to some of them, that's not enough money, so they ain't writing nothing. They found something else to do. But if you're on the other side of the coin, you charge a night fee, an affordable fee. Don't be out here trying to hijack nobody, rob nobody. Be fair, do fair dealing, and you can do pretty good. It's all about volume, bringing in the volume. So that's what's offered at Eurydice, the 501c3, the grant research, the grant writing. We also have books, do it yourself, self help. Uh, Quite a few people have bought these books to learn how to set up the nonprofit themselves. I have a guide in how to set up the nonprofit yourself. There's a book on how to set up the business, what's all required. The business structure is explained, what's expected of that business. So we have that. And then at you really see, every now and then somebody will come, oh, I got this project. It has nothing to do with grants or the 501c3. It's something else. Like one day I had a lady that said she wanted to do something with CTA, and could I just write up a proposal? She had an idea. I'm not going to mention her idea, because that's confidential. But she had an idea for something that she wanted to do with CTA. She wanted to develop a partnership. So that was a project. So I do special projects for people. Then, there's sales tax exemption. Several of my nonprofit wanted the sales tax exemption. That 501c3 do not exempt you from sales tax. When you go to the store and you make purchases, you must pay taxes if you do not have that sales tax exemption. So I have had clients that wanted the sales tax exemption. I have had clients that wanted other types of services, and I provided them a notary. I do notarization. So here at Eurydice, we try to be a one-stop. So you're not running off from governmental entity to governmental entity. We have everything under our roof to provide the service that you need. So my contact information is scrolling on the screen. There's my website, book an appointment, my phone number. Those of you can text me. I'm on all the social media. You can message me. If you like this video, please take time out to like, share, hit that notification bell, subscribe and keep us alive so we can thrive, so we can provide. So I appreciate your support. I want to thank you for viewing this video as you were. God bless.